Here's just a few thoughts on the Dow. Firstly, this black line here through the tops, okay, is what it has needed to break. It's done that in here, but now I'm sort of looking at it that this could be a line of support, okay. I've drawn the fib set from the high, okay, down to the low here, and we were currently at 50% and at the quadrant line. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more on the chart now so you can see things a bit more clearly. I also drew down a fib projection from the first high, which was at wave 1 here, and it threw up on 6-1 projection, which the target has been reached, okay, and that was also spot on the quadrant line, so, and the 50%, so yeah, I think that was a pretty good prediction, okay, projection. We've got an inverted head and shoulders here, okay, now these guys are pretty good at making their targets. The target up here is about 1128.1, okay, at the moment this target hasn't been met. What I'm tending to think is that we have an Elliott 5-wave Elliott wave pattern happening with 1, 2, I don't think too many people would argue with that. There's a 3, and I'm sort of looking at 4 down here. This is a 200-day simple moving average. We've only had one break of the 50-day moving average in blue, and the 30 prior was back here at wave 2. So this is the first significant break of that, and also of the standard error channel. This fib set here is from the 100% from the run-up of wave 3. Okay, which throws this small fib in here. Whether that's going to hold or not is another matter. Okay, we're basically going to have to have a look at that. What you'll find is that this here lines up a little bit better, because if you throw a fib from the bottom to the high, it lines up perfectly along here. So it looks like we might be a bit down and dirty to here, or around this level is what I tend to be thinking, and that would make genuine wave 4, and then we'd be up for wave 5, which would complete the inverted head and shoulders pattern there. The other thing to get to on the daily chart, candlesticks, these are 2 black crows, okay, they can tend to come in 3s, okay, so something else to bear an idea or a thought about. The indicators have definitely broken down. There's that divergence line along here on the MACD. That is no longer the case. The scholastic, this is a fast scholastic I use, which is a 5, 3 and 3 for a daily chart. I use a 14, 5 and 3 for a weekly chart. Okay, it still has more to go, as we can see here. And this is the concern, is the DEMA. The DEMA is the one, while the scholastics will bump along the top, it will basically show you trend direction. Now is definitely broken down from the 60 range back down. Now the most common range for DEMA for a kick up would be the 54. It should bounce off 54. 54 is usually a buy. Okay, that would be nice, but at the moment it's not looking good, because these RSIs have been underneath the DEMA rather than on top when the stock is more bullish. Okay, so something to bear in mind there as well. Let's quickly have a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart, again, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, around about the same price. Okay, the thing to bear in mind here is all these reds and greens are buy sells triggered by those 2 RSIs on the DEMA, and this is a definite candle top. Okay, on the weekly, this is an engulfing bear. Okay, so that is something to be really concerned about. This little cross at the top, perfect candle top, tweezer topped as well, so it looks like we're heading down to wave 4 roughly around about here, which is just underneath the 1000, so probably about 970 mark one would be thinking about. Okay, and just hope that this sort of supports. We've also got the 30-day moving average here, so that should be a good level of support. And don't forget, as the week goes on, it will move, okay, as well. Just going to have a look at these triggers and show you what's happening on the INDs on the chart. Okay, they're triggered by these little RSIs. Okay, they basically trigger a buy, they trigger a sell, and as you would have seen, that they've been pretty much spot on. And this is our concern, that we have the first time that these guys are underneath the DEMA itself. It's a DEMA up in the 52s, so it's not a high DEMA, so it can turn around and go again. So it's something to bear in mind there. The scholastics, while the DEMA has been going up, the scholastics has been hitting the overboughts and running there. That's why I always use a DEMA as along with the scholastic to get an idea of what is actually happening. You can see that that's overbought, and why would anyone buy into a scholastic that high? Well, that's a good reason why. Okay, the MACD is also pointing down here. Okay, it's been on a slow roll down, and now it's starting to turn down along with the scholastic as well, so something to bear in mind. And it's just those buy-sell triggers again. Sell, buy, sell, buy. Okay, basically the one. I'm just going to quickly hit the monthly chart just to show you what's going on there. Okay, so monthly chart, fib levels, 50% here. Okay, we have 38.2 here. The candlestick here, don't forget it's not the end of the month yet, so this candle hasn't completed a trade down to the 7-day moving average. Had a nice little kick of the 14 off the 200, and if you followed my casts in the past, I did say it would go back up to the 30-day, and it has just done that. So let's see what happens. That's why I'm thinking this is not going to be a big down, but it will be a wave 4. And we still need to complete a wave 5, which will complete the inverted head and shoulders. Okay, again, buy-sell triggers, and these are more warnings on the monthly chart. They're warnings about it more than anything. I'll just quickly show you those. They've been triggered by the ultimate oscillator in this case, okay, which is a different method than using the little RSIs with the DEMA, but they pretty much signal buy sells spot on, and they've pretty much picked it all the time. The scholastic still has further to go, so that's why I'm sort of thinking that we're in a wave 4 and we could chug up a little bit more on a wave 5 before anything really nasty like ABCs and things like that start happening. Also, again, the MACD has made it through this level here, could start to turn at this level here. Don't know at the moment, yeah, but it's all a little bit toppy. And there's those buy-sell triggers. Once again, sell, okay, sell, and the big top, the warning the month before of the big top, and that's when the big top came down. So that's about me. I think it's wave 4, going to run up to wave 5. That'll complete the inverted head and shoulders, and then we'll see what happens from there.